Previously at Culture Shock Wrestling Battle Lines. It was brand new tag champs David Prime and Ghetto Brown defending against the Party Monsters, and there you see on the right side of your screen, Street Bandit sneaks out of nowhere, attacks David Prime as Mike Metal and Ghetto Brown had taken each other out with a double clothesline. Now Mike Metal from the Party Monsters moves in to put the choke in on Ghetto Brown, and you see the fist running to the ring. Chuck Diamond and Muggs O'Malley, they take Fabulous Jimmy out on the apron, and now they put the boots to Mike Metal. All kinds of interference marring this tag team title defense, something we've seen all too much of lately. As a result of that, not only has Culture Shock Wrestling ruled that all four of these teams will be in the Four Corners of Hell tag title match, they have also appointed a brand new commissioner that they say will restore law and order to Culture Shock Wrestling. Stay tuned to this episode of Viral. We will find out very shortly just who that commissioner is. Oh, there he is, our new commissioner, Cali Kid. This is Mike Roycroft for Culture Shock Wrestling Viral. We take you right to the ring to our new commissioner.
It's great to be back, as a matter of fact. I've been hurt. For those of you who don't know, I broke my bones. My bones spurred into my shoulder. And as far as the doctors are concerned, unfortunately, let's start with some bad news. My career as a wrestler in this ring, as much as I loved it, and I love you people, it's done. I can't risk my mobility later on in my life. I can't risk my livelihood as much as I love this business. But hey, I'm going to be involved either way. Now, the funny part about this to me is that a long time ago, I said that one day I would rule CSW with an iron fist.
Oh boy, what do we got here? Cali Kid did suffer that devastating shoulder injury. Here comes the mouth that never stops, Victor Cru. He took over the fist, basically had a mutiny over Cali Kid with that organization. Obviously, we knew the news with Cali was not good. We didn't realize it was this bad. Speaking of bad news, Victor Cru continues to milk the hate from the crowd. You can see Cali Kid's arm still in a sling from that injury. No, he's not missing an arm, as you might be fooled by that coat. Still, nonetheless, a devastating injury.
CSW. Rule CSW, period. Call yourself the commissioner, get a new job. You can commission an oil painting. You can commission a bust of that ugly face. You can commission yourself to start a contracting company and build skyscrapers for all I give a damn. All that's important tonight is a match that I've been forced into. The match that has been put in front of me as another obstacle by CSW management to stop me from getting what is rightfully mine. You can commission CSW all you want. You can ride it into a sinking ship, but you bet one dang thing, buddy. I'm gonna ride that ship on the bow down, holding the CSW.
He's of course speaking of the Four Corners of Hell match, folks. Invitation only, all former CSW heavyweight champions in that match, and it looks like we have another rude interruption from one of those men from the group Tradition. The definition of technician, Mr. Chris Tighe, now making his way to the ring. Apparently he's got a few things to talk about. You know, this is why we need a commissioner, folks. It just seems like everybody comes running to the ring at one time, interrupting each other, breaking up each other's matches. Cali Kid may have a bum shoulder at the moment, but I don't think that prevents him from throwing a super kick or two if the moment should call for it. But he's getting a first-hand look right now at just the roughshod chaos that has become Culture Shock Wrestling here. As we hear what Chris Tighe has to say. The crowd giving him the business as usual. Not a very popular man here at the House of Hardcore. Nonetheless, a talented athlete.
Allow me to introduce myself to you guys. I know you're from Alabama and you can't remember anything. Shut up, I have the microphone, I ain't talking. I am the definition of technician, Chris Tighe. I know who you are. You lost to me twice last month. I know who you are, but it's been a while. You're the San Diego man. No. The San Francisco Trees. Rice-A-Roni, right. So, you think you're going to walk out with the CSW heavyweight title? You got like 3 inches on me, really?
I'm the tallest guy in the ring. Hey, buddy, I got more than 3 inches on you.
The war of words continues here.
And quite frankly, there's not much more that you can lose.
I wonder what he means by that. Not much more he can lose. Oh, Chris Tighe better watch out. There's Darius Kane from the Fist. I think we're about to see a beatdown here. Chris Tighe, a little hasty to get to the ring here all by himself. Victor Cru's always got his backup with him. Oh my God, what the hell? Darius Kane just took out Victor Cru.
Like I said, there's not much more you can lose. Introducing the 4th member of Tradition.
You're kidding me.
Darius Kane.
Darius Kane has left the Fist and joined Tradition.
Anyway, back to the stipulation that the Cali Commissioner's going to add to tonight's match. If Victor Cru loses,
You go! No, please, make me leave.
he has to disband the Fist.
Cru loses the Four Corners of Hell match, he has to disband the Fist. The bad news just keeps adding up for Victor Cru. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, I must say. Cali Kid perhaps taking his first step in dismantling all this gang warfare and everybody jumping in the ring on each other's matches and on each other's interviews. And the crowd couldn't be more happy. Folks, we're about to head to the ring right now for that Four Corners Tag Team title match. Folks, we have all of our tag participants in the ring. There you see the former champs from Tradition, Marcus Gibbs and Street Bandit, Ghetto Brown and David Prime, the somewhat unlikely current champions. They were able to gain those titles a few weeks back when Street Bandit was unable to make it to CSW. Marcus Gibbs issued an open challenge to defend the belts by himself. That proved to be a costly piece of ego on his part there. They lost the belts. Ghetto and Prime are now defending. But they've got 3 teams in there to contend with. As we've seen, this thing is breaking down all over. The Fist getting involved, Tradition getting involved, the Party Monsters, of course, still in the title hunt. Mike Metal, as we saw earlier at the beginning of our program, had that chokehold hooked on to Ghetto Brown. Looked like the Party Monsters were well on their way. Oh, nice bridge and suplex by Ghetto Brown. But it looked like the Party Monsters were well on their way to taking those belts. Both Metal and Fabulous Jimmy have held the tag titles before, but with different partners. This will be a first for them. Everybody else we see in the ring obviously has held the titles before, the Fist and Tradition. And you also see the Fist playing little mind games there, even though it was Muggs O'Malley and Chuck Diamond that came out for the attack. They are utilizing that rule they've got written in their contract that they can interchange any members of their team that they want, and Baron Von Lector is out there putting the claw on Fabulous Jimmy as Mike Metal slugs it out with Street Bandit. Folks, this is a sudden death elimination match. Whoever gets the first pinfall or submission wins the tag team titles. So you can imagine it's going to be a little fast and furious here. There's Marcus Gibbs going for a pinfall over Ghetto Brown. Muggs O'Malley continues to fight with Mike Metal in the corner. Nice belly-to-back suplex by Marcus Gibbs. And Jimmy Hinder going hardcore all over the back of Street Bandit. The action's just fast and furious here, hard to keep up with. That's what happens when you get 4 teams, 8 men, all battling for that prize, the CSW Tag Team titles. There's David Prime breaking up the pin. Now he's all over Marcus Gibbs. Nice neck breaker by David Prime. Prime and Ghetto having formed a bit of an odd couple, but a successful alliance. They are the tag team champions. What's Street Bandit got in mind? Oh, that was reversed very gamely by Fabulous Jimmy. 2 shots into the steel post. And what's he going to do? Looked like he was going for that building support there as Mike Metal reversed into a head scissors by Muggs O'Malley. Very nice move. Marcus Gibbs trying to capitalize. Both Prime and Muggs are in there. And you see it's going to be very hard to get a pinfall here. Uh-oh. We've seen this before. Listen for it. Oh, big chop to the back by David Prime. Even the gargantuan Mike Metal had to scream in agony from that one. You don't see him show pain very often. He's usually the one inflicting it. Ghetto Brown going to town on Marcus Gibbs there on the outside. I think Fabulous Jimmy and Street Bandit are still battling it out there as well. Now Ghetto Brown trying to take control of Muggs O'Malley from the Fist. Throws him out of the ring. And it comes down to Mike Metal and Ghetto Brown, just as it did at the match we saw in the opening of our show. Will Ghetto Brown get the better of it this time? Doesn't look like it now. Mike Metal with those vicious headbutts. So much of the fight is still spilling around outside the ring. This is just mayhem, folks. This is the kind of mayhem. I mean, this mayhem is by design. Four corners of hell. We understand. But hopefully the general mayhem, the general chaos, can be brought under control by our new commissioner, the Cali commissioner, as he calls himself now. You see Marcus Gibbs giving a big chop to Muggs O'Malley, taking him over the top rope, getting him out of the picture. Big elbow drop on Ghetto Brown. Near count as Mike Metal is there to break it up. And this almost resembles a battle royal. Oh, look at that, grabbing Street Bandit by the mask, taking a shot. This fabulous Jimmy takes his own well, I don't know what kind of shot that was. You never know what you're getting into with fabulous Jimmy out there, the flamboyant one. Baron Von Lector apparently happy to see Street Bandit take a little punishment. Whoa! There comes Ghetto Brown thrown over the top rope. Very impressive super kick by Mike Metal. Definitely getting some height there to hit the chin of Baron Von Lector. Mike Metal continues to show how agile he is for a big man. Street Bandit demonstrating his collegiate choking skills out there. Now Muggs O'Malley trying to steal another pin on David Prime. The Fist, Tradition, the Party Monsters, and Prime and Ghetto. This could go any way here. Big hip toss on the outside by Ghetto Brown to Street Bandit. Marcus Gibbs going down, and David Prime catching a neck breaker of his own from Muggs O'Malley. Oh, here comes Mike Metal. Look at that. Oh, vicious, vicious suplex. Ghetto Brown right there to take over on Mike Metal. Everybody just picking their spots here, taking turns. So many distractions here. It's hard to keep any momentum with all these guys fighting one another. Perhaps Ghetto Brown and David Prime will emerge still the champions here. Are the odds in their favor? Metal barely getting his shoulder off the mat. It was almost over right there. Now you see Marcus Gibbs try to get the pin on Muggs O'Malley from the Fist. I don't know how referee David Sr. is keeping up with all this. You almost need 2 or 3 referees out here. There's those handcuffs. Street Bandit always conspicuous with those handcuffs, even though it keeps them well hidden from the referee. Now, going to the face of Mike Metal. Metal fighting back. Ghetto and David Prime working over Fabulous Jimmy as Muggs O'Malley and Marcus Gibbs battle it out in the ring. They're in the corner. What's Muggs O'Malley setting Gibbs up for? Looks like he's trying to lift him to the top rope. And what have we got here? Fireman carry, perhaps into a Samoa drop or a suplex. Marcus Gibbs makes the escape. And here comes Mike Metal. Just too much to keep up with here, folks. Fabulous Jimmy down on the floor as Baron Von Lector and Mike Metal exchange kicks. Metal getting the better of that one. Big snapmare and a big kick on Baron Von Lector. If anybody's a match for this big man, it's Mike Metal. Now taking turns with Marcus Gibbs and Muggs O'Malley as well. Perhaps the Party Monsters will be the ones to pull this out. Uh-oh. We've seen this before. Is he going to hit the cannonball? No, big flying drop kick there instead. Baron Von Lector folded inside out. Hey! I think that was those handcuffs by Street Bandit. Still keeping the... Yep, there you see it right there. Clear as day in his hands, but well hidden from the referee. Marcus Gibbs hitting a Luthez press, and it's a 3 count. I can't believe it. And the tag team titles go right back to tradition. Street Bandit and Marcus Gibbs. Who would have thought it? These guys basically dominated tag team wrestling in CSW for most of last year. And now they have regained their titles here early in 2015. And what a night for tradition. You saw them welcome their new member, Darius Kane. Of course, Chris Tighe has got his opportunity to take the CSW heavyweight belt in the Four Corners of Hell match coming up soon on Viral. And on our next episode, we will see Darius Kane, the newest member of tradition, challenging the Viral Internet champion Suicidal Soldier. That is next time on Viral. You do not want to miss that. There you see Street Bandit Marcus Gibbs continuing to celebrate. And Street Bandit demanding the referee raise their hands in victory one more time. Once again, your tag team champions, Marcus Gibbs and Street Bandit of tradition. Fans, this leads us to our next live event, Spring Breakdown, Saturday, April 4th at the Community Center in Mossy Head, Florida. Our new commissioner, Cali Kid, has ordered a tournament to determine a #1 contender for the CSW Heavyweight Championship. First round matches are still being assembled as we speak, but we can tell you that one of those first round matches will be a special attraction match for our CSW family member Rose Rogers, who is going through a very serious and difficult time. Lane Smart and Mr. Hardcore John Riker are honored to be considered two of Rose's favorite wrestlers, and they have agreed to face one another one last time in a Fans Bring the Weapons street fight. We have seen what these two will do to each other when the rules go out the window. This should be a sight to behold, so don't miss that. Saturday, April 4th. Mark your calendars now. Also be sure to tune in next week right here on CSW Viral, where we will be featuring a Viral Internet title match between the champion Suicidal Soldier and the newest member of tradition, as we saw earlier in the program, Darius Kane. We also just saw that tradition is on a roll with Marcus Gibbs and Street Bandit recapturing the tag team titles. Can Darius Kane keep that momentum going and bring more gold to tradition? Or will Suicidal Soldier use his death-defying aerial skills to turn away this challenge? You will have to tune in here to find out. For Culture Shock Wrestling Viral, this is Mike Roycroft signing off. We will see you next time at the matches.